Hello everyone, we're here today for race number 2 of the Legends Racing League truck season. As right now we're in qualifying, about 1 minute in. I'm joined with Wolfgang Hoffman and Eric Heater. As right now we see Brandon Wins on track, making his first lap. Let's get timing right there. Okay. Super good. So lap time's coming in any second now for the first lap. Usually the second lap is the fastest on these 1.5 mile tracks. The crossing line now, we should see some lap times. Micro Zero on top of the board. With now Brandon Wynn on top of the board, 31.047. About a whole second, no, about a tenth quicker than Micro Zero, who I think he ran the top that first lap because usually Michael was really quick in qualifying, but Brandon Wynn's still on top of the board, about a tenth over everyone else. He's running that top side. Here's Sean Urich, top of the board now. Micro Zero making his second lap around, crossing the line now. He goes top of the board, 30.8. Brandon Wynn crosses the line, goes slower.
We expected Michael to be quick here. This track's a real interesting one and loved by a lot of drivers. Underrated in some ways, but I think the people who get this track really get it. Lots of different lines to go here. Top, middle, and bottom are all feasible lines, but to really pass anyone, you probably want to be on the top or the bottom. Middle is a decent line to just run your own.
Will Cloud goes second.
Wow, strong pace for him. He's really picked it up since the end of last season in street stocks. He's really been putting in some good performances.
Aaron Brown goes third. Aaron Brown goes fifth. Keplinger sixth. Zachary Doran on the racetrack right now for his first lap. Thomas Lee, Joseph Magan also on the racetrack. Haven't set a lap time yet. This will be Zach's first lap, 31.36. I'll put him 11th. That was a pretty slow lap, but I think he'll be able to improve his pace right here.
Zachary Thornton, the LRL winner at Michigan, I believe, in the Cup Series. Now making his first start of the season. Will he have strong pace? It's dependent, and really track dependent for him in this case. Let's see. Where does the second lap will put him?
Puts him third. What a lap by Zachary Thornton.
Yeah, good lap by him. That puts him on the second row.
On the racetrack now, Joseph Magan also.
Line.
Thomas Lee. Seems like the track is a little slow in the first lap, especially for these last few drivers. I think it's really quick at the end, so we could see some quick lap times from these two drivers right here. Because we saw Zach, he had a pretty slow lap for his first lap, but his second lap was a lot quicker. Put him third. We'll see what Thomas Lee ends up right here. Kind of drifted up the racetrack a little bit, so I think he's going to lose a little bit of time, so we'll see where that puts him.
Joseph Madigan also about to finish his second lap, last week's winner. Let's see where that will put him.
Thomas Lee goes fourth. Joseph Madigan goes
third.
So the track is really quick at the end of the session, it seems like. With the winds picking up possibly. I mean, track's changing over these 5-minute stretch and no one else on the racetrack to set a lap. So let's take a look.
Qualifying results.
Yeah, let's take a look at our weather. 65 degrees, air temp, little wind. I mean, you can see it's fluctuating a lot. So I mean, that wind could have helped these drivers in the later stage because you saw Joseph, Zach, and Thomas all 3rd, 4th, 5th, and those guys ran towards the end of the session with their qualifying lap. And track info for tonight: 1.5 mile track at Kansas Speedway in Kansas City. In Kansas City, Missouri. Actually, Kansas City is in Missouri, which is kind of interesting. But yep, 67 degree track temp. So pretty cool, and it's gonna go in the nighttime, just like last week. Qualifying has officially ended, and so Micro Zero on your pole position for tonight, and that's some bonus points for him. And him and Joseph are pretty close in points. Let me pull up the points here quickly. Obviously, it's one race, so it doesn't really matter too much. But obviously, early in the season, you want to establish yourself good in the points from the beginning. And Joseph right now is leading by 3 points over Will Cloud. And then Micro Zero's in third. So those top three, 1, 2, 3 points. So I mean, speed at Daytona might translate to Kansas. I don't,
Yeah.
who knows? But yeah, these drivers are greening up right now. There, Mike Rosero. A little bit of different paint scheme than last week in the Speedco. He's in the Loves paint scheme. It's like Michael McDowell's sponsor. The Loves and Wilcon Cheez-It scheme.
Something to note about this track, it's very, very, very aero sensitive. So if you get some sort of damage on your vehicle, it will hamper you a lot. Even just a slight tap on the front end can make you a whole lot slower per lap. Lots of drag, loss of downforce, etc.
Fun fact for tonight, every single one of these drivers are an A-class driver. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that. I mean, A fixed, I guess, but something I noticing on my timing sheet. But right now, these drivers greening up. Have about 2 minutes for the grid. So let's just, I guess, might as well take a look at our starting lineup for tonight's race. Last week qualifying didn't matter too much, but all the wrecks happened in the front. So I mean, could we see the opposite tonight? I don't want to jinx it, but Mike Rosero starting pole position, Will Cloud second. In your second row, Joseph Madigan third, Zachary Thorne fourth, Thomas Lee in fifth, Hayden Lowell sixth, Luke Peters seventh, Aaron Brown eighth. Starting ninth is Eric Keplinger, and you see that top 9 separated by less than a tenth. So I mean, very, very close qualifying. It's mostly full throttle from the drivers, and you probably don't want to go full throttle in the actual race because they probably want to save their tires. They have 3 sets of tires. They're probably going to want to use one for the stage, use one for a pit stop that they'll have to make in the second half, and maybe one for an unexpected caution somewhere in between. But Sean Urick in 10. That's going to round out our top 10 for tonight. See the rest of the grid flashing underneath you. 14 drivers taking the green. Luca Faro won the only driver not to qualify that is taking the green. So we'll see how this plays out. Stage will be on the end of lap 28, so a little bit different than our normal races.
Going to be an interesting race. Lots of different lines available for these drivers, which we'll see a lot of passing, a lot of unpredictability, and a lot of different tire saving methods. Here we go. About to go green flag racing at Kansas. Michael Rosero and Will Cloud bringing him to the green.
Yep, there we go.
Green flag in
out.
the air.
Zachary Thorne, not a great start. Michael Rosero got a good shove from Joseph Maggie right there. Will Cloud will he be able to jump down in front of Thomas Lee? Doesn't look like he will be able to. They're side by side for third place and on back.
Impressive start for Thomas Lee up to P3, but now it's 3 wide for that third place position. Will Cloud on the outside, Thomas Lee in the middle, and then Luke Peters about to make the pass on all of them on the bottom up to third place. Impressive overtake. Now still side by side for P4. Eric Keplinger on the inside in that LRL scheme truck with Will Cloud on his outside. Can Will Cloud clear Eric Keplinger? Yes, he does.
Very eventful start. Luke Peters with a start for him up to third place, and I think he started in 5th place, if I recall. I'm not exactly 100% place. He definitely did not start second row, but what a great start for him. Zachary Thorne all the way back in the 8th place, battling with Aaron Brown.
Ooh, some contact potentially behind.
3 wide back. Brandon Lee. Brandon wins in the middle. Outside of him is Hayden Lowell. Luke Lafaro up to 10th. River driver Dylan Butler all the way in the back. Right there. Still 3 wide for this 11th place position. But as we go back up to the front, Mike Rosero blocked Joseph Magin on the bottom. Joseph got to run that top side.
Those teammates holding each other up in this early stages, not such a good strategy from them, really. Joseph Madigan now challenging Michael Rosero around the outside with a little bit of side draft, but here comes Luke Peters. Watch out for him.
Now watch out for him. He's going to go on the apron. He's going to make it 3 wide. No, Michael blocks to the bottom.
Joseph Madigan, though, he will have good momentum on the outside, bit of a more of an arc into the corner. And now Luke Peters, very close between them. Joseph pitching him down pretty aggressively, but Luke Peters keeping it on the bottom. Just good racing here. Joseph now with a good run on Michael Rosario. Goes all the way down to the inside, but Michael blocks very aggressively. Just enough room given. Inches between them. Surprised these teammates are racing each other so aggressively in this early stage, but it's great for us as now they're still side by side. Nothing between them down the front straightaway. Who will lead the lap? I believe it was Michael. Now into turn 1. Who will get the advantage here? Michael's still on the outside, not leaving his teammate much room, as you do. Joseph just right on the apron, nearly clipping it. Now behind Will Cloud with a run, pushing Luke Peters up to these two. Michael with just the slight advantage into turn 3.
Yeah, still side by side. This is not good for their tires up front, and these guys single file in the back are going to be able to save a little bit more tires than them. Here comes Peters with a great shove from Will Cloud. He might have a run here, but it kind of stalls out. Side by side still for the race lead.
Really interested to see if any of these 5 guys up front are going to try to buy their time, go up top, and maybe save some tires. They've been really aggressive up front. I'm looking at guys like Eric Keplinger, who's just behind these guys, watching them battle so aggressively, maybe thinking that they want to be a little bit easier on their tires and maybe come up there a bit later.
Here comes Thomas Lee to the top side. Maybe looking to the outside of Will Cloud.
Maybe going to try and push Will Cloud here to get an outside lane to start for him. What is this, Daytona? I swear we went to Kansas this week.
Yeah, it's not as... Oh! Michael!
Oh!
Contact between the 2 leaders.
Contact.
Could have gone up into the wall there, just a little bit more contact. It was really close between those 2 drivers, but they kept it clean. Rosario slides in behind Peters and has to make a bit of a block on a Keplinger, but for now everyone's all good, and they're going to keep going here.
Yeah, that could have been a little bit of netcode, but here comes Luke Peters for the race lead. Side by side, goes to Madigan. Seems like this outside lane forming up a little bit more as the run goes on.
Bit of a team implosion there for Madigan Motorsports. Looks like Joseph just slid up a little bit into Michael Rosario.
Oh, what a slide job!
Yeah, Peters with a slide job off the corner just got a little bit tight in the exit, and Joseph couldn't do anything about it. Michael still challenging his teammate on the inside, but now Joseph may have some good momentum off this corner and be able to take the lead from Peters. Let's see what he can do here. It looks like it'll be 3 wide. Michael's still on the inside there, getting his nose down there just to make sure Peters knows he's there. Peters with just 1 lane up from Michael will get a slight run off the corner and be able to carry that little bit more momentum through the mid-corner. And now Joseph taking advantage of that higher line on his teammate once more. Not a great start to the race for Hayden Lowell, still mired back in. Where is he?
11th place, right behind.
11th place. Now I know
Brandon Wynn.
Hayden is one that can take it easy, save his tires, but I wouldn't want to be that far back. And you'd expect him to be challenging up at the front for the win, but I hope for him that it's just him biding his time.
Yeah, he had a pretty decent qualifying. It's not like he did too bad in qualifying. I believe he was inside the top 6 at least, but falling back a little bit. Maybe he's just saving his tires. I mean, still have about 18 laps to go in this run, which still, well, for the stages, if we don't get an unexpected caution, it's Thomas Lee side by side with Aaron Brown in the back.
Yeah, I believe it's just Hayden saving his tires because you can tell he's just running the high line. He did lose a lot of spots off the start, but I think a lot of that is just from saving his tires and taking it easy, trying to get the run towards the end of the stage at the end of lap 28.
Looks like we kind of single filed out through the field, not really any too much side by side battle other than Thomas Lee and Aaron Brown's. Aaron sliding up the racetrack a little bit. Got a little tight, so it seems like this tire is kind of coming in. As it may go 3 wide right here. Yes, they do. John Urick in the middle, Thomas Lee on the outside. Oh,
Urick got into the wall. Oh, into the wall.
He thought he was clear, but just not enough.
I was just about to say something had to give.
Yeah,
that's
Sean.
Unfortunate. This is going to be a big problem for him with a aero-sensitive racetrack. It's going to be under green, no yellow.
Yeah,
it's going to fall back pretty hard.
Yeah, wow. Thomas and Sean are going to suffer because of that quite a bit now with the front and the rear of their cars.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you just saw Thomas just had his nose in there on the outside, and I was worried for him because that's a sensitive place to be going into turn 1.
Yeah.
Because it looks like Thomas I should say Sean thought he was clear there when he just wasn't quite clear. Oh, 1 car slow. It looks like they hit the wall. That's Brandon Wynn. Lose a lot of momentum, and now he may lose the spot to Sean Urick. Either that or he's just letting them through. A bit of both, potentially.
Yeah, they both have right front damage, and I don't know if that's fast repair worthy because you don't want to use your fast repair with a little bit of right front damage, but if it's severe enough, it's just kind of a risk that you want to take. I mean, you take a fast repair in the stage, then you have a risk of wrecking later in the race, battling, and you don't have a fast repair left. So, I mean, it's kind of a risk and the versus reward type thing. So, that's what the drivers have to decide, whether they use fast repair without damage.
Yeah, honestly, 14 laps into this race, I'm surprised that most of these guys up front aren't kind of switching up the track towards the top. Maybe not run full top at this point, but their tires have to be wearing in.
I'm surprised that they're all running single file with the dirty air and considering how that outside, I would assume, that. Yeah, I would consider the outside to probably be more of tire saving line, but all these guys were running single file, but looks like we're going to start switching up now. Luke Peters, the trailblazer in this situation.
And Michael Rosero, a bunch of others in the back right there on the outside. They're on the back of Luke Peters. That was Aaron Brown and Zach going on the outside. Back 6 and 7, but top
Hayden
3
now
kind of pulling away right
group.
now. Or top 4, I should say.
Hayden's now caught up to this group. He's right on the back of Aaron Brown. He's looking to the outside of him. Will there be room off the corner? Doesn't look like it, and Hayden had to lift there, and that lost him a bit of momentum. Momentum that he would not like to lose, considering there's not that much time left in this stage. We're just over halfway through.
Side by side for second.
Stage. Yep, the teammates going at it once again. They cannot let Peters get away because these two battling side by side will lose them time and hurt their tires. And the Madigan Motorsports team, they've been good about playing that race strategy. There's been a few team explosions here and there, but for the most part, especially at super speedway races, they're able to control it very, very well for most of the race. So I'm surprised to see this, quite frankly.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think they definitely have to slide in at this point. Michael's on the inside. I think the better move would just be to let Madigan go right here. You don't want to. You really don't want to hurt.
Oh, contact
Zach
behind.
Doran in the wall on the outside. Hayden Little up to 8th. He's looking to the inside of Luke Lafaro for 7th.
This could just be me, but I see some rear right damage to that 67 truck. I could just be seeing things, but there was contact between Hayden.
Pretty close off that corner there.
Ooh. Battling back here, Sean Urich and Brandon Wynn for 12. Go back up to the lead. Luke Lafaro hitting a little side by side as Mike Rosero got by Joseph Madigan while we were looking at the back of this little about 8-car, 9-car pack. They're still going at it in the back street.
I hear more contact behind. Looks like maybe to Aaron Brown to Will Cloud just entering the corner. They looked like they were all stacked up there.
Very slow in the outside wall, possibly.
Oh, it looked like that's what it must have been hearing because he's in the outside wall again. Wouldn't be the first time he's had contact this race. Now Brandon Wind and Sean Urich looked like they both hit the wall out of the corner.
It looks like this tire was really struggling. And so this tire wear coming in is Will Cloud on the outside wall. So tire wear really, the right front's probably really wearing as these guys are pushing pretty hard in these first 20 laps. And still have 8 laps to go in the stage, so we'll probably get a look about what they did wrong. Tatum Little charging through the field, looking for 5th place on Aaron Brown.
Have to try and slot in
right in
ahead
front
of
Will Cloud.
Yeah.
So Hayden,
not smart for more contact behind. Looks like more cars into the wall. Now, once you get to that part of the stint where your tires start to go off and you can't take corners as aggressively, you got to dial it back after that first time of realizing, okay, this is a sudden drop-off point. I can't take turn 1, for example, as hard as I could before.
By here, honestly.
Seems like the outside lane with this tire wear is definitely the preferred lane, but the inside is definitely viable as Michael
still side by side
charging for that front spot.
Yeah, Peters just on the outside, taps the wall a little bit, and so does Joseph behind, I believe. And now Luke Peters with just the momentum into the corner, just enough. And there's more contact behind one car in the wall. Looks like Will Cloud. There may have been contact with Luke Lafaro ahead. Now another car
Aaron
slow.
Brown.
That's Aaron Brown. Everyone's hitting the outside wall. They need to dial it back. Once you start seeing people hitting the walls around you, you know your tire wear is similar to them. You got to start dialing it back. Use that as a signal.
They're just not used to running the outside or having bad tire wear. In practice, they kind of just did like 10-ish lap sprints and going all out. And no one that I know really practiced a long run, but Hayden Little looking really good in the long run right now up to 5th, and he's charging his way up to good.
Yep, he's doing exactly what he would have hoped for, but it's not got too much longer to go. I think he stands a chance of getting 3rd for sure, at least, if not challenging those front 2. But however, though, the front two are just pulling away from everyone else. Now Hayden Gold down to the inside. Can he slide job ahead of Keplinger?
Yes, he
He's
will.
going to have to get up to the outside. Yes, he will. He's clear. But Keplinger will have the momentum on the exit. However, it won't be wise to fight at this point. So he just pushes him, tries to get him up to Joseph Madigan in that 76 machine. Still side-by-side for the race lead now.
Yeah, I think at these types of top dominant racetracks, especially in the long run like this, you know, the guy on the top, if you're going to be battling the inside guy, is definitely going to have a lot more wear on his tires. The person on the top, you know, maybe if the guy behind has more speed, he'll have to put a little bit more into it, but it's just when you go for that pass on the inside, you hurt your tires, and you only have so many chances to get that pass done before the person ahead of you just has so much of an advantage that it's impossible. So, you know, Michael's going to have to get him quick here. You know, those 2 attempts that he's already made, that might just be it right there.
Yeah, good point, good point. And Luke Peters has been very, very good with his management of this stage, always putting his truck exactly where he wants it, exactly where he's comfortable, and can put others in a bad position to where they have to take stuff out of their tires in order to pass him here. Smart driving from him.
He's led the most laps and has had the most clean air this race, which could help his tire management. He's led 17 of the 25 laps, which is about more than half of it. So only 8 of those laps he's been in really dirty air conditions. Really helped him save tires, but here comes Hayden Lowell into the back bumper of Joseph Madigan.
Another Madigan Motorsports truck coming up here into the front. It's all 2, 3, 4, all except for the lead, which is what they will desperately want to get. Hayden Lowell, important to note is that it looks like he's been hitting the wall a couple times himself, just not super hard hits, but just tapping it ever so slightly as he's really ripping the top of the racetrack. He loves it there, and that may be a factor because although his pace may be very good, thanks to his superior tire management, that may cancel out due to that damage. Now he goes to the inside of Joseph Madigan. Joseph Madigan kind of falling back a little bit from where he was battling for the lead, and looked like he took too much out of his tires battling with Michael. And now Hayden gets past him.
Yeah, from my experience, especially with stage racing in other leagues, like if I do burn up my tires, crossover.
Hayden into the wall. Once more, I was saying Hayden's been kind of loving that outside wall there a little bit too much this state, and now Joseph Madigan back through, but Hayden will have the momentum on the exit of the corner.
Another crossover, coming to the white flag stage.
That one should be able to seal it.
Yeah.
Michael looking pretty close to Peters. He's going to the bottom. Can he make it up in turn 3 and 4?
Yeah, it's going to be closer than we thought.
There.
Yeah, I could get the run off the exit. Aaron Brown out on the 14th. He's pitting actually before the stage. He's gonna go a lap down if he's just staying in the pits, and it's gonna be unfortunate for him. He has some heavy right front damage, and like I was saying, in league races that have stages, from my experience, if I wear my tires out a ton, I usually kind of learn what I did and fix it. Whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
Big crash.
Yellow flag out. Stage is over. Luke Peters wins the stage with Michael Rosero
Aaron's
second.
spinning.
Oh wow. What happened to him? Was that coming out of the pits?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Now, I believe there is a rule against pitting with 2 laps to go in the stage, so there could be some penalties coming out for that for these drivers who pitted early. Question is Aaron still on the lead lap? It doesn't look like he is.
He's going to be 1 lap down. I'm not sure why he pitted. I think he forgot there was a stage. Because before, usually it's a halfway stage, but this season we changed it up, so it was a little bit more. There was a pit stop they had to do final stop. But I guess the second half. It's great. But do you know that is up for him? Because
now we get into the debacle fuel strategy now.
Yeah. Should be able to make it. You have to pit at least once at the end of the second half of the race, I guess I should say. But other than that, I mean, I'm not sure how much fuel you have to take, but definitely have to pit for fuel and tires here. I mean, there's no way you guys are gonna, or anyone's gonna be staying out for this. Sorry, right? Stage.
The drivers having to do pit stops in this following stage, saving tires is going to be a bit more important than it was here, honestly. So I think this first stage is going to be pretty much just an important trial for everyone to get used to, you know, how they are on wearing their tires, how the tires feel, and just get used to it for the second stage where it's really going to matter.
Now Michael will be hoping his pit box is behind Peters. There's going to be contact.
Yeah.
Oh, they got
ghosted
lucky.
each other.
They got lucky.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
they got
lucky with
very
the
lucky.
iRacing pit boxes there. Just,
I was looking at them being side by side, and Luke Peters his pit box is behind Michael Rosero's, so he's going to have to turn before him. They got very lucky with no contact there. I thought for sure we were going to see contact between the leaders.
yeah, pit box is just a little bit more narrow there, and he probably would have right hooked Michael.
Yeah, I mean, he was hooking him for a second there, and then he clipped the pit box, and that once you clip it, you go through him. So that allowed
You have
him
to wonder.
go through him.
Is there any
Bit of
damage
luck.
to those two?
I don't think he to here.
And they may have taken that at their pit stops, but I'm surprised they're that clear of the field off of pit road if they did have to take a slight amount of damage.
It would be unfortunate if they had no damage leading up to that, and then had their fast repairs checked, and that did it. That would.
We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Before welcome back, everyone. We are here at Campus Choose Cone, this time by, and Peters chooses the bottom, which is not too surprising, but some people might for the top lane more. But on these newer tires, it definitely seemed like the bottom was better tire. Not sure why it says 33 out of 60. See if I can.
Can't switch the damn radio channel.
So as we're going back green here, but about to go back green into the research zone. Peters still has that left damage. Not sure. I guess it was from the pit road. Green flag is out. Peters on the gas. See what happens here on this restart. Michael clears. Was that Hayden Lowell on the bottom lane, going down to turn number 1 and 2.
Bit of a tap onto the apron there by Hayden Lowell.
Big run for these two drivers as they go to the outside here. Luke Pierce has a little bit of left side damage, probably from the pit road incident with him and Michael. Michael really pinning him down, hitting it on the very top side. Here comes Joseph Magan on the bottom of the track.
Bit loose behind his Keplinger as there's a bit of contact between him and Luke Lafaro. Lafaro goes up the track.
It's 2 by 2 for the race lead. And Peters loose off the racetrack into Michael.
Racetrack.
He might have got shot from
Contact.
Joseph.
Now, Joseph to the bottom of the track, trying to pass Peters now. There's some big contact between those top three. I wonder if they're going to have any damage.
I don't think anything severe enough to slow him down enough, but we'll have to see throughout the run if that little bit of contact. I don't think anyone hit the wall from it, but definitely enough to get him loose. As Hayden,
Hayden
the
rolled up the track. I don't think this is contact. But he pushed to...
It looked like it.
Yeah, it looked like Necco right there.
Maybe.
Oh, it's Peters getting a good shot from
Peters had
Mukahara.
some issues.
Yeah,
They can't let Michael get away.
Really slow on that straightaway there.
They can't let these top two get away, otherwise they won't have any sort of chance of getting past them again.
Hayden back there now.
Yeah, Hayden gave his teammate some good momentum. Joseph Madigan with a push into turn one. Good teamwork by Madigan Motorsports. Now it's a 1-2-3. Peters gets shuffled back down to 4.
Carl and a couple moves side by side for fifth place position. And on the outside, couple was Thomas Lee, looking for that 6th place position on the outside.
Wow. The contact behind between Zachary Thornton and Brandon Wynn. Zachary Thornton slamming the door shut and Wynn a bit late there, but ultimately no contact, all good.
Ooh, a lot of blocking going on back there.
The driver's racing pretty aggressive, but I think track position means a lot once the tires wear out, and kind of saw those top two kind of stay together from the end of the last stage. Once they kind of set position on the outside, it's kind of hard to make moves on the bottom and work your way up. We saw Hayden Lowell be able to do it. He saved his tires really well. He's in the front now, so he's not going to be able to save so much because the guys behind him are going to be passing him if he saves that much.
Hayden Lowell already looking to the outside of these top two. He's already caught them back up. It's a little bit of a drafting train type thing, and more so than other tracks. And now Hayden with a great run pushes to the back of his teammate with a big shove down the back straightaway. Hopefully no damage to Hayden's grill, but all very good teamwork there.
It looked like Lee got into the wall there on the back straight.
Already to get into the wall is not an ideal way to start the stint, obviously, and surprising considering tires are so fresh.
As that goes all the way back to Will Cloud in 11. So it's 11 car pack basically. The top three kind of pulling away. The top three kind of pulling away. Michael kind of pulling away from the bottom two. They're catching up a little bit per lap. Last time by, they were about 200s faster than anything per lap is progress. Coming up to halfway of the race. 40 more laps to go, and these guys kind of learning from what they did in the first 28 laps, and they'll have to apply it to these last 40 laps and see if they can just save their tires a little bit better. Also they'll have to pit for some green flag pit stops for tires, fuel, and whatnot. So depending on when the pits could be injured.
Hayden with an excellent run with a bumper to the back of his teammate going into turn 3. Good push. Now fighting on the outside, just behind Eric Keplinger, and side by side with Brandon Wynn is Thomas Lee. And can Thomas Lee complete the pass on the outside here? Yes, he can. Thomas Lee up into 7th, Brandon Wynn down to 8th.
Down the back, Sean York, Will Cloud for 10th place. One of them, Zach Thornton. Will Cloud qualified 2nd, now down into 11th. Did not get a great restart on the last time. Also, he got into the wall a few times, I believe, in that first stint. Just kind of falling back onto the pit stops. It looks like Hayden will run the outside game, and Joseph is getting Joseph's shoves right in the outside line, trying to get the momentum. And that's just kind of helping them inch their way up to Michael Rosero by Hayden running the outside, just running the bottom. And Hayden gets clear in the air, he gets a good run, he can just shove Joseph up to Hayden.
I feel like some of these... As Keplinger tops the wall, I feel like some of these guys behind Hayden, they're seeing him make the top work. If it was me, honestly, I'd probably jump up there with him. You know, he's not losing any ground to them. He's getting up to his teammate and pushing him. Actually, I'm not sure if they're teammates anymore, but he's getting up to the back bumper of Madigan, pushing him, and he's making it work. So honestly, if he's going to be up there and saving tires, making time as well, I'd go up there as well.
Nearly contact between Michael and Madigan. Not the first time this race that they've nearly had contact, but looks like Michael just wanted to take that inside line, but Joseph Madigan had that run a little bit too late. A little bit of indecisiveness from the both of them. And now Hayden looking to capitalize here as Joseph gets slightly caught up behind Michael, or will Hayden just push his teammate? Looks like he will.
Now, I think they don't want to battle because that's just going to allow Michael to pull away, and Michael's just really quick, and by himself, I think Michael's probably one of the, if not the quickest driver in the field if he's just black by himself. Yeah, we're trying to work together to get up to Michael, and they just got to stay with him until the green flag pit stops, and once that happens, they can maybe make up a little bit of time up the road. Here comes Joseph looking to the inside.
Remember how big the undercut can be here. We're going to see some pit strategy here. Whether you want to get it, jump up a bunch of positions, you can pit really early, get a bunch of positions, but you may suffer with tire wear later.
Yeah, I mean, if I was ideally, I'd probably pit on lap 60, kind of go 20-20-ish. Because 15 laps more on these tires, I mean, that's not terrible. We went green with about on lap 35-ish. A little bit sooner, actually, probably like.
That's not bad. About the first stage.
But that's about 28 laps, which is what you did in the beginning. Hayden on the outside, he got by Joseph.
A good move from him. But these teammates have got to be careful as they were getting too stacked up going into the corners, and while they were fast, it will lose you a slight bit amount of time, and also it's very, very sketchy when it comes to potential contact and stuff. So they got to make sure to give each other a good amount of space. But they're doing a good job. They're still controlling this race 1, 2, 3, and Luke Peters, even as fast as he's been, I think these top 4 are clear to win this race. I think they're the clear 4 best trucks in the field, but they've still managed to keep him behind, which is impressive considering how fast Peters was in that first stint, especially.
Honestly, his debut LRL, pretty good result right now. He's up in the 7th, and he's challenging Eric Coupling with a little bit of a backpack here, led by Ernie Lynn's out of Cloud.
Oh, and Hayden going to try and slide job his teammate Michael. Gives him just enough room.
Michael on the wall.
Michael is
into
Joseph
the wall. To the outside. Oh, contact!
Contact between the teammates. Once more.
Oh, the rejoin. Watch the rejoin.
Hayden
it down there.
got a little bit loose. Looks like down the back straightaway and put his teammate Joseph Madigan into the wall.
To the outside. He's going to push Peters.
Hayden just got a little bit too aggressive there with his teammate. He has him contact with his teammate Michael into the wall, and now he will lose pace. Hayden's lost positions and has damage, and his teammate behind has lost places and definitely has damage. A bit of a team implosion there.
Take a quick look at that replay right there. So it looks like Hayden tried to just slide up on Michael. Not clear enough. That kind of put Michael on the outside wall. And here comes Joseph to the outside, just barely enough room, maybe a little bit of netcode also, but that definitely damaged Joseph's right front and Hayden Lowell. That just no momentum. You just had so much good momentum catching Michael each lap, and then all of a sudden you're half a second, quarter of a second back, 3/4 of a second back. You have to gain all that time up and use your tires while you do so, and Michael was still singing just clean air and being able to just ride along
just
away.
Bit too early with that move. Oh, and there was so much netcode when Joseph tried to pass him. Hayden didn't leave a lot of room on the outside. He wasn't obligated to. He's single file at that point. But there was so much netcode there, and that just contributed to the situation even more. Yeah. And now Joseph Madigan with not such great pace afterwards. I wonder if that damage is hurting him, plus a little bit of tire wear from that big slide there, plus a little bit of confidence dent. And now Keplinger, the multiple champion, looking to eye him up on the outside line. And if Joseph doesn't get a good side draft here, Keplinger will be clear of him, which he is now.
One driver that has made his way into the top 5 here, Luke Lafaro. He's kind of been biding his time most of this race, and he's just found himself into the top 5, and with that little bit of an incident there, he actually has brought himself up into the podium positions in 3rd place, sitting right behind Peters. It's going to be interesting to see if they can make anything happen on the pit stops here.
Something I've noticed
a little bit now. He's kind of gamer of the draft, or guessing. Kind of like
arguably breaking that draft may be worse due to the draft bubble that could be present at times. And also, it ruins your tires as well.
It's not so much present in the trucks as it is in the next gen cars, but it definitely is there a little bit. I don't know if 2 tenths is. I mean, kind of just swerving for no reason because the drive isn't enough to really gain time from 2 tenths back.
Not really.
And over the course of a run, maybe, but I mean, Michael just has cleaner. He might have a little bit of right front damage from that contact, but I don't really think that's hurting him too much. A little bit quicker than Peters, honestly.
I feel like we're into the stage of the run where it's going to be really difficult to make a pass just because of the tire wear. So I'm not so sure that any of these positions are going to change here unless there's a really big pace deficit somehow.
It'll be difficult, but one driver I'm eyeing up as potential candidate for this win now is Luke Lafaro. While Peters has been released, Luke Lafaro is still hanging right with him, and we always see this with Lafaro. He always bides his time and saves his tires, then gets to that one point where he has an opportunity, and then he makes it count. And he just he benefits from the mistakes of people in front of him. He does a great job at that. He's really a silent assassin, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I think a dark horse for this race win.
And like I said, all you gotta do is be there for the green flag pit stops. If you're up there within probably a second or so, you have a chance. Because if someone messes up on the green flag pit stop, or the pit stop's like a little slower, then you have a chance to gain up that time. Also, obviously, strategy. You can pit a lap earlier, pit a lap later, and whatnot. And in this, so I think the top 5 still have a chance to win, but most likely it's the top 4 that have the best chance.
Yeah. Joseph Madigan's race just unraveling after that contact. It looks like
he's coming out pit lane.
Oh yeah, Joseph Madigan, this will be good for him.
A lot
though,
of people coming out pit lane.
Yeah, if he can make it stick, these guys will gain a lot of time on that outlap because one lap more.
Loose.
1 lap more of tire wear won't really affect you that much, but 1 lap on fresher tires will really, really benefit you a lot. So this is Joseph's chance to get himself back into contention after that piece of contact with Hayden Lowell.
Looks like Hayden might be paying this time. He's on the bottom. Might be coming up in line. Looks like he will be.
He is. He's slow. So that means he will be.
Yeah, it makes sense that he would have to go for a bit more of a bold strategy there, but in my experience, those really early undercuts never really seem to work. But we'll see how it goes here. Maybe he can gain a couple positions. Yeah,
if you pit too early, that will essentially mean that you'll have poor tire wear towards the end of the race. You could lose all of the ground you make up by doing this. So what he's banking on is now the guys in front of him won't be able to go too much longer. Now Joseph Madigan feeding back out into this race. Where does this put him in relation to others?
Everyone else is paying in this time. Thomas Lee, Sean Urich, Brandon Wind. Oh, Brandon Wind had to avoid Sean Urich there. He didn't expect him to check up so much, and everyone else on pit load safely. No penalties, it looks like. Zachary Thorne. Just Megan on the racetrack through. They're 1 lap down. This is they're not themselves right now.
Yeah, watch out for Hayden and Madigan. I think those are your 2 big contenders out of all these guys. They were the 2 guys first out of the pit lane in their respective pit stops.
Hello, coming through turn 3 and 4. He's not 1 lap down. He's pretty far ahead of Joseph Madigan. Luke Lafaro. Good pit stop by Peters and Luke Lafaro. Peters side by side with Michael Rosario off the exit pit road.
So it's a battle for
Peters sliding.
Pit road.
Got to see on the apron.
Michael Rosario back to the race lead. But watch out for Hayden Lowell. Now he comes through turns 1 and 2. He's got great momentum versus these guys. Where is he going to feed out?
He's going to get to the lead, I think. He's going to be really close. He's going to go all the way.
Oh, it's blocked here. Oh, big move.
First goes Hayden Lowell.
Wow. He kills
on the
apron. Here goes
apron.
Michael.
Oh, bit of contact. Are they going to be able to hold it on there? Michael up towards the wall. He keeps it off, and they're all good.
Peters.
But
wow.
Yeah, watch out for Madigan. He's going to be up into 4th ahead of Luke Lafaro here. That undercut also
Peters going for the move.
Well. Oh, contact between Rosario and Joseph
He saves
Madigan.
it.
Teammates. Joseph just stuck his
what
nose
a
down to
save
the side.
there.
Michael came down a little bit, but that was just
Lafaro
too close.
just barely kept out of him.
Michael.
Wow, that was
wow.
That was close.
Side by side for the race lead, though. Peters and Hayden Lowell.
They're still side by side. Hayden slides up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of contact, but a
contact
between them. Oh, contact down the front stretch. Looked like Peters expected Hayden to be a little bit lower there, but now Hayden takes the lead comfortably with Peters just right behind him now. Not happy with each other over the radio.
Yeah, I mean, Michael, he was leading
with that damage there. You could see it immediately pop up.
The big loser in all of this, Michael Rosario with that teammate or contact with his teammate Joseph Madigan. It's just disturbing how much contact there's been between teammates this race.
So here comes Peters. He's gonna make I think Peters knows he has to make the charge now. He has fresh, 1 lap fresher tires. The tires, once they wear, is really hard to pass. So he has to make the pass now.
Oh,
try to pull away.
Contact.
So here comes to the bottom of the track. He's looking for the slide job, and he's got it.
Weird.
Will he block low? No, he gives Hayden the bottom. Max range straight forward, not as good of a slide job opportunity, but Peters looking for a crossover move. Hayden's gonna check up just in time. I don't think he'll be able to do it. Yeah, Hayden got a good run there at the exit.
Luke Peters with another big draft down the front straightaway. I don't think he can make the move here unless he looks to the bottom, which he does. Can he slide in front of Hayden Lowell? Doesn't look like
that's going to be tight. That's going to be tight.
Maybe he does.
I think he has to block right here. He's gonna block. There's smoke on the back straightaway. It looks like
Slow car down the back straight. Yep.
someone spun up off the exit pit lane.
I was
Go back.
expecting Hayden to carry a little bit more speed off the exit. He might have had to lift or something there.
Yeah. Hayden with
Joseph
another good
Madigan
run.
falling back.
Peters will have to block to the inside, but Hayden goes to the middle, tries to look to the outside of Peters into turn 1. Hayden up the track a little bit, contact behind. Looks like one car potentially into the wall, and it looks like it might be Joseph Madigan just behind Eric Keplinger. Looks like he was pretty high going into turn 1, and then a big battle behind with Cloud at the front of it.
Big
Horns
blocks
behind,
there.
and Thomas Lee all battling for that top 7 position, I believe.
Zach has a little bit of front damage as almost contact between him and Will Cloud. Here comes Thomas Lee. He's going to go 3 wide top side. We saw how this happened before. He's going to back out. No, he's staying to that top side. Oh, contact! Will Cloud!
Oh,
Zach is doing
that's going to be a caution.
No,
Well,
he
maybe they
saves
saved
it.
How did they save that with such big contact into the
That
wall?
that was a hard hit for Will Cloud.
3
and
into
now
1
that's
doesn't usually go. That's the
Hayden
saying.
Lowell trying this top side again. Here comes Luca Farrow. He's been faster than these leaders, 3-4 tenths quicker than these guys up front. Same with here comes Michael Rosero. He still has a chance at this win.
Yeah, Rosero and LaFaro working their way back up through the field with an impressive recovery. Can they challenge for this lead? And Peters actually gets past Hayden Lowell with it to the inside in the front straightaway, I believe. And Hayden will try and fight back on the outside line, but Peters with a great turns 1 and 2 will be comfortable into turns 3 and 4 unless Hayden goes for a Hail Mary.
15 laps to go. I mean,
between those guys, I'm not really sure exactly why.
wow, here comes Luca Farrow.
I find it a bit hard to believe that them battling hurt their tires that much to where they're several tenths slower per lap.
3 tenths lap. I don't. They must be saving fuel, but they can easily. I mean, they went to what 50? That's about
Or I'll clip the apron.
20 plus laps. I mean, they should be able to be good on fuel, so there's no reason to be fuel saving at all.
Watch out for Keplinger. He's been competitive with these guys' lap times, and now they're battling. He can get up there as well.
Michael, he wants redemption for what happened that last time. I mean, I'm surprised with the damage that he has that he's up here. I mean, he did save it. He's weared his tires out a lot, but he's still up here. I think Michael, he's got to make the moves quick. Like I said, once the tires wear, it's really hard to pass.
Joseph Madigan with some damage to his front end. Looks like he's just lost all pace, lapping almost a second slower than the fastest guys out in the track, which is on last time
contact!
by.
Hayden
Oh,
Lowell.
Contact.
man, they've been in the walls
that's
here.
tight. That's tight.
Slide job right here. Could be able to
Yeah,
easily
Michael-
do it.
Not a good sight when someone's front quarter is right next to
Wow,
someone's rear
LaFaro
quarter.
benefits from it as well.
Yeah.
I think they did wear out their tires from battling so hard. I mean, Hayden, he did pit a lap earlier, but still, I mean, 2 to 3 tenths per lap. That's just really.
They're coming to the outside of Michael here.
Yeah,
Not
LaFaro is
quite
gonna have
able to
some
get
good
there.
momentum. LaFaro has momentum pretty
You're
quick.
trying to
big
push
push.
him. You're trying to
Big
push him,
push,
but
but Michael is actually
not
into the
square.
wall once more. Now it's these two at the front once more. Luke Peters
think-
and Michael Rosero.
I think Michael thought he was going to go for the pass, and Luke just wanted to push him. It just went for a bit of an awkward transaction there, as LaFaro's going to go ahead and push Peters.
I'm surprised Michael has the momentum he has, considering how far he fell back and how much he had to use his tires to get back to the front. Shows that he has really great
Michael
pace, but he
sliding up
slides
the track.
Slides up a little bit, and that's going to allow
side by side behind
LaFaro
him,
through
too.
to second now.
Here comes Hayden. He's not good. He's
Oh,
got to
big.
push him.
Big shove
Keplinger.
to the back bumper.
Lap car just in front of these leaders of Maxim Labak. He's going to stay low, it looks like, potentially. He's not going to let him through this time, which sensibly, yeah, I wouldn't. But no, he's going to go to the top. He's going to let these leaders through here.
That's going to hurt Hayden Lowell maybe or whatnot. I mean,
Awkward.
there's not really a good way to go because there's people running the top, there's people running the bottom. So, I mean,
it's going to be close with
it's going to
Hayden.
be really close off the exit.
Okay, they managed
escaped
that very,
pretty good.
very well.
Yeah.
They managed that very well.
They
Hayden and
lost, a little
Keplinger.
bit, they lost a little bit of time, though. But Luca Farrow, I mean, him and Michael Rosero are faster than Luke Peters and Hayden Lowell by a few tenths per lap. And at the beginning of these runs, usually the first 5 laps.
Oh, contact between Hayden and Michael. Looks like Michael moved up the track. And Hayden
Hayden around, caution's gonna come out.
Will the caution come out? He spins.
Down onto the
inside,
apron.
and
Caution's
caution
out.
will be out. This changes
10 laps to go.
everything.
They have-
Okay.
Wow.
It was
Now, I'd
looking
be
like
surprised.
Luke and
Not good for LaFaro, as he had great pace, was saving his tires like the dark horse he is, and that just ruins his momentum, and that means everyone will pit for fresh tires, which, of course, will help Hayden Lowell in that situation.
Looks like a little bit of an echo, kind of. But let's see what we make.
Looks
Hayden
like
has to run on the outside.
oh,
I don't know. Not sure if Michael moved up.
maybe
or not.
kind of came together. It looked like Michael definitely moved up, but from
Michael
another
moved
camera
up.
angle, it looked like Hayden also moved down.
Yeah,
Actually,
Michael
from
kinda
there, it
fell.
does look like Michael moves up.
Michael moved up a little bit, and Hayden just didn't expect it. I'd say
Just wasn't able to get
Yeah.
regain control there, unfortunately.
I think Michael just thought he was. I mean,
Yeah.
he was really close. I mean, I think he thought he was clear. Pit stops is definitely good.
unfortunate incident. Now
it's good.
surely everyone pits. Surely everyone pits.
I mean,
you can't
I just
stay
don't
out.
see how. I mean, maybe some people in the back. Will Cloud, he's in the back. I mean, he has to use a faster. He has a lot of damage. Brandon Went can maybe throw a Hail Mary and stay out. Sean Urich. I mean, I don't know. Like these 10 laps shootouts. I mean, anyone can
Who stays
win.
out? None of these
New
top
tires.
guys. And there was actually almost contact between LaFaro and Peters through pit lane.
Long
Doesn't
way
look
on
like
pit lane.
anyone on the lead lap is going to pit. Or going to stay out, I should say.
Yep.
So now LaFaro into his pit box. Peters into his pit box. Michael into his pit box. Madigan into his pit box.
What the race up pit road looks like.
Does anyone
Definitely.
take two?
I just don't think.
You can't.
We'll
I don't
see.
think you can.
Looks like LaFaro off the pit box right here. Let's see who gets off the race up pit road. It's gonna
Oh,
be
wow.
Will Cloud. Will Cloud took
Oh,
two.
that's gonna be
Will
good.
Cloud
Wow.
took two. Okay.
He
Hayden
must
Will
have
also
taken
took two.
two.
Hayden took
Yeah,
two
he must
also.
have.
Now
Wow,
it's taking
that
pits off from
changes
Hayden
everything
Lowell.
once more.
Hayden Lowell and Will Cloud taking 2 tires. We'll see how that plays out. Michael Rosero still in pit lane.
Oh, wow. I think he must have had a lot of damage from the contact with Hayden.
Yeah, I think he's fixing his damage right there. So
That
I
is
just don't know.
unfortunate.
With 5 laps to go with the restarts, I don't know
Another
why.
caution.
I mean, he was fast. I don't see the reason
Yeah.
to fix that damage.
I
but
don't.
Does
See.
Michael, though,
You know-
have the time to get back to the field? I know he has the pace, but does he have the
he's
time?
going to restart 10th place, which is like on the restart. I mean, we've seen people move up positions, but everyone going balls to the walls, full throttle, and I don't know. It's gonna be tough. We might see a green light checker here.
I would not be surprised considering how hectic this race has been. This has been a pretty excellent race so far,
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say.
been really fun. The
been great
racing,
battling.
I mean, the strategy, and what it's just been. And we haven't had. I mean, we've had what? This is our first natural caution, I think. Race.
Yeah, of the race. So
Yeah.
it's been a nice green
There's
flag
been a
racing.
lot of contact, but
Yeah, a lot of
none
contact,
of
not-
it resulted in cautions.
And this is really everything you want to see, isn't it? It's been an excellent race. And this is going to boil down to probably an even more excellent finish with these top 2 staying out. Now, Hayden and Will on their own have had okay pace, right? Like, Hayden especially. He's been up there almost whole race.
And we'll qualify
So-
second too.
Yeah, and Will
I mean-
qualified second, so good short run pace at least.
We'll see how this plays out. This is gonna be
And
very interesting.
short run is going to be important here, but can those 4 tires come in fast enough? And we know how fast Peters, LaFaro, Keplinger have all
Basically,
been.
the whole field. I think
Yeah.
anyone can really win this race, especially 4 tires and 2 people took. The front 2 took 2, and there's no. I'm guessing they're going to take inside outside, so both lanes are going to have old kind of tires to deal with, and I can see anyone winning this race because crashes, avoiding crashes, and it's just for the first 5 laps, usually a mile and a half, especially at Kansas, full throttle, run top, bottom, middle. It's gonna be kind of like a Daytona take finish. I just choose this time.
Hayden to the outside. He loves that line, doesn't he? Peters to the inside. Going to go with the pole sitter. Sorry, the pole sitter, I should say, the leader. Will Cloud, always a good place to start because if you start right behind the leader, you can react to them more quickly than the person on the outside is able to, most likely. LaFaro lines up to the outside. Keplinger, then Madigan, then Thornton, then Urich, then Brandon Wind, then Michael Rosero and Maxim Labak. I think the big story of this lineup here is that Michael, reigning LRL champion, who's led this race for a long time, the pole sitter, right at the back, can he make up enough spots?
I think it's going to be a bit of an unknown here what these front 2's pace is going to be. So if you're Peters or LaFaro right behind them, you have to be patient, but you can't give up ground to the fresh tires behind you either. So it's going to be a tricky restart for those guys behind, and we'll see how it plays out here as the pace car lights are out. It's going to be pulling off the track this time.
And with the restart zones now, it's kind of easier for the leader to get a good restart. We've seen the inside get really good restarts this whole race, basically.
They entered the Geico restart zone.
Good stuff.
And they're on the gas.
Green flag with 5 laps to go.
And here comes Michael Rosier to the top side, 3 wide, or not 3 wide. Brandon Wynn got a bad
Link
start.
to the inside is that Zachary Thornton, a bit of
Oh,
contact.
contact with Keplinger.
There's
And
still
more contact down on the apron.
They saved it,
and
though.
up front.
It's Thornton and Keplinger.
Michael already
They
up to
just-
6th. Michael on the apron. Look at the
Michael
3
on the
wide. Goes
apron.
back in.
Now Will Cloud with a decent lead. Huafaro pushing Peters up front. 3 wide behind.
Well, Will Cloud have
on
the
the
pace
outside.
to steal this one.
Michael
Yeah.
up to 4th already. 4 laps to go. Coming by this time.
I knew
Wow.
Michael could make it up,
They're
especially with how
battling
hard they're
behind.
battling.
That's exactly what Will wants to see.
Hayden Bull already losing a lot of ground. I don't know how much he's going to be able to fight here. I think really 5th or 4th is the best he can hope for. Now
We'll see
Joseph
what
Madigan
happens.
on his outside.
Man, this is going to be
Closing big
hectic
on
last
Will
4
right
laps. Oh, God.
4 to go, coming to 3 laps to go. This time, contact's
Michael.
a little bit.
Michael is not out of this thing.
Yeah.
Not
I
at
think
all.
None of them are, because we could see a last lap wreck. We saw it last week at Daytona. A little bit different character, but here comes LaFaro with
On
a
the
huge run.
bumper,
To the top side.
he goes to the outside.
Lafaro really in the hot seat right here.
He gave Will a shove, which kind of lost some momentum, but he's... Will
Oh,
sides
Will
up
up
with
the
those
track.
2
Will up
tires.
the track.
He set him up.
Just giving that little bit more momentum into the
Here
corner.
goes Michael to the
Will
inside,
up the
Peters.
track.
Here comes Michael.
Kind of an indirect bump and run almost. Now can Lafaro slide job it to the inside? He's gonna have more grip
Here
than
Here comes
Will.
Will Cloud.
does.
Crossover.
Reminiscent of a
That's a
Harvick
crossover.
move at Auto Club. I think it was on Jimmy Johnson.
2 laps to go this time by.
Will trying to fight back here. He's not going to give up easy, but Lafaro on that inside line is going to have a good
He
chance
flips the
to clear
apron.
him shortest distance.
Will's got
More
Will on
getting
the
momentum.
exit.
tight on
Here's
Michael.
Rubbing tight together here.
Here comes Will. Will goes back to the top side. Coming to the white
Side
flag
drafting
this
into the
time
Lord.
out.
back stretch.
Oh, we have a
Oh,
slow car in
car
the back.
nearly stopped on the track.
He's out of the way.
Caution is out.
Oh, man.
Who is it? It's Maxim Labak again. I don't know what happened
he
to
stopped
him.
on the back. Did he run out of fuel? His engine blew
Reset.
up? His engine blew up.
His engine blew up. Well, there was
Oh, he
some
wrecked.
pretty big.
Clipped the grass.
Wow.
Car
That's a
hit the outside wall.
bit
That's a
unnecessary.
strange one.
Yeah, he was by himself with a lot of damage and not really. I think Will Cloud would have had a chance at the win, honestly. I mean,
Yeah, it's
Michael,
unfortunate.
I just don't see Michael and Peters being able to get up there. I mean, Michael had to.
I see it.
That's so
I absolutely
unfortunate.
see it.
And I know none of these drivers, the top 4, wanted to see that caution. But will Hayden Lowell pit? I mean, he's only going to lose 4 positions.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Everyone
opportunity.
has 1 set more tires because they paid for the stage. Actually, no. Some people have no sets of tires left. So they paid for the stage and the green flag
yeah.
pit stop in right now. So Hayden Lowell,
Who has tires?
Will Cloud, Hayden Lowell has tires. I would expect him to
Joseph
not
has
be only
tires.
guess.
Yeah, he
Kelplinger,
does.
but Kelplinger must have took 2 where he's fixing his damage.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see how that plays. Just when we thought this race was gonna come to the white flag, caution comes out, and that's just how racing is sometimes and whatnot. He didn't load down pit lane into his pit box.
Lafaro obviously not happy about that caution,
Yeah.
you know.
Upsides.
Will
Taking
Cloud,
upside.
I mean, I don't think Will Cloud was. I think Will Cloud would have had a real shot at that win. He had a really good run off of turn 4, and he was doing good with those 2 tires, and now
Yeah,
on these
so unfortunate
restarts,
for him.
you never know. You just never know on these restarts.
Yeah, I think that's the person it
It's
hurts
going to be
most.
difficult, but I think he still has a good shot at
best
a
shot.
top
He's-
3 finish
He's
here.
gonna cool down his tires a little bit, which should help him out. These guys already have about, I don't know, 8, not 8, it's gonna be about 5, 6 laps on their tires. So, I mean, I don't know. He was running good. I mean, it wasn't like he was losing too much time. And Aiden Lowell, he's gonna be coming through the field. These guys have about 6 laps on their tires, and he's got fresh tires right there. He's out for him.
It's a pretty big deficit for those guys up ahead of him. Hayden will be flying through the field right here. Not going to have long to do it, though. He's only got 2 laps, so he's going to have to throw some Hail Marys, most likely. And you know how risky those are, as
Yeah,
we've seen
that
many
could
times
result
this
in,
race.
That could result also in the caution. I mean, even if he's not involved in the caution, he's probably hoping for another caution. I mean, I'm guessing everyone, most likely, a lot of these drivers have 1 fast repair left and whatnot. So I think they're going to be pretty aggressive because they know no, we have a great record, but we don't have another set of tires. I don't know. It's just kind of 2 laps ago. I think it's all out the window. Going as hard as you can, and interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah. LaFaro with the dark horse leading this race right now. He has done a phenomenal job this race. Went from 14th, now running first. Can he go from from last to first to this race?
I mean,
what a drive! Even if it doesn't result in the win, it'll still be a phenomenal drive. Camille will get up there, started second, running second. So even if he doesn't get the win, I think he'll still be happy with that finish, especially with, I believe he wasn't running super well before he made that call. Obviously, he had some good short run speed, but I believe it bled off kind of as the race went.
And Luke Farrar has one win already. LRL, this would be his second if he can pull it off. This is Will Cobb looking for his first. Michael Rosero looking for his 19th.
Wow.
Peter's looking for his 6th. Just Magan looking to go back to back.
Rosero's really become the new titan of LRL, I think, as a driver. Kind of taken over from where you were, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, Peter, you have Robbie Keneally, Malachi Drake, a lot of passing the torches, I guess, throughout seasons and whatnot. Michael Rosero, definitely one of the better drivers in the past few seasons. I mean, he's won basically, I think, the back-to-back sets. He's won Legends, he's won Up, he's won basically everything. Basically every single, go from short track to Up, won road course, he's in short tracks, big track, like he's won Super, it's everything. And I mean, he's been in these situations before, and I mean, I think a lot of these drivers have a lot of experience, obviously, throughout the sim and whatnot, but
yeah. Having, raced in the early seasons of this league, I have to say, honestly, Malachi had the biggest gap to everyone. And for me, that era of LRL, he's definitely easily the best. And to me, he's kind of solidified himself for me. I competed against him there, and it was just so difficult to pull anything away from him. But they go green here, and it's going to be possibly the last green-white checkered here. As Michael looks to the inside, Will falling back a little bit on those 2 tires. He's going to get taken over by Peters here as gets cleared, and unfortunately for him, not so sure he's going to have a shot to get back up into that top 3. But before
LaFaro with a great start. LaFaro with a great start. Hayden already making up spots there. So they now go into turn 4. Off of turn 4, coming to the white flag of the race. Can Michael do anything against
Peters looking to the inside, Michael.
LaFaro? But Peters will not give up easy here.
Next flag in this race. As Peters slowing down, he did not get a good run right there.
Can Will get a top 3 still? He's going to have a good run on the outside versus Peters. Can he do it?
Here comes the run.
Almost contact between Hayden. Now, Michael will slide job it to the bottom if LaFaro leaves that lane open. Doesn't.
No space.
Not able to.
Oh, contact behind! Who's that spinning around?
Joseph Madigan around.
Joseph Madigan around. Not a good ending to this race.
Here goes Michael. He's going to cut to the grass.
Michael's on the grass. What?
Not
as
enough,
Luke LaFaro wins the race.
Luke LaFaro last to first.
Will got back into the top 3 there. Well, how did that happen?
Let's see. It looks like Peters. He got to the outside. Peters and had a good run. Yerrick up the 5th. Really good result for him. As let's see this last lap. I did not think Michael was going to be able to get it, but I think Luke LaFaro clipped the apron. He's done that a lot of times, and Michael going down, I guess he thought Luke was going to go way lower, but obviously that did not work. But Luke LaFaro, your winner here at Kansas, his 2nd LRL win and his 1st of the truck season. What a win for him.
It's been a while. A very long time since his last win.
It's been, let's just say,
I think about a year, probably.
It's been since 2018.
Yeah, just talking about Malachi Drake, that season was his last championship in LRL. That was how long ago it was since Luke LaFaro's won.
Let's see.
And
it was December 21st, 2018. So almost 3.5 years since he's won an LRL. So he's gonna be burning it down here. It was old Phoenix with the old Gen 6 cars. But he's going to be burning it down here on this front straightaway. Well-deserved win for him. I mean, we called it. He was the dark horse. He did everything right. He led 8 laps. He was there at the end and got it done. Michael tried his hardest right there at the end, but just not able to.
You don't want to do that during your burn.
Yeah.
It was just cannot believe how well LaFaro drove this race. Last to first. What an impressive win.
And that's
Definitely.
it's almost as impressive as Heater going from last to first in street stocks. But yeah, I mean,
memories.
I think he had to win a bag at the beginning, even without the caution. Giannis. Wilcott had a chance there. Wilcott still redeems himself in third. I mean, you can't be disappointed with the helmet shot and you're number third. I mean, I don't know what place he was for, but he was. I think he was in 10th around. It's third.
I said on that last restart, Kenny still got a top 3. He did.
Yeah, and I mean, good point save for LaFaro. I mean, he was involved in a last stop wreck last week, and Michael in second, so he's probably going to be the points leader depending on the stagings, whatnot.
Yeah. I gotta say how impressed I am with Will there. I really was not expecting him to be able to get that top 3 finish after he got passed by Peters. I was really expecting those tires to just completely overcome. I was honestly expecting him to probably drop out of the top 5 at that point. You know, a lot of the times when you're on older tires, you know, it's the one guy passes you and it's just like opening the faucet. It's just, you lose all the positions, corner after corner. And he held on well, and he actually made the move, you know, out of merit and got back into the top 3. Very impressive from him. And that's a good run.
Yeah, that's impressive. Like he just didn't give up even when the tires were bad. You know, he just didn't give up even with that tire deficit. I'd also like to mention a solid recovery for Sean Urich, top 5 after this race, and kind of coming out of nowhere to score that top 5 right at the end. Kudos to him.
Let's see what happened with Joseph Hagen there at the called in the okay. So him and Kelvin are side by side. Oh, Kelvin is looking. See if that one. Looks like Kelvin going to the bottom. Last lap. So I don't think he meant to, but
yeah, on the last lap, you just can't lift. Even with a block like that, you just can't lift. I'd say racing incident probably on that one because it was a late block, but I mean you still shouldn't turn the guy, but you should do everything you can. But
yeah,
late move.
We'll bring in our race winner,
I think it's
Luke
racing
Farr, right
incident.
after this break. We are back here live at Kansas. We're going to bring in our top 3 finishers. Luke Farrell, P1. Bring him into the booth right now.
All right. So it's up into the booth.
He might be AFK.
You got it?
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's been 1,293 days since you've last won in this league. How does it feel?
It feels great. I didn't know it was that long. I appreciate you telling me that it's been 1,000 days. But to finally win again, it's pretty cool in this league because I've been close before, and it's taken way too long. But it feels awesome to finally get it.
How about last to first, Luke? What were you thinking on that last restart there? What was
Um,
going through your head?
my main thing was to get a good restart, which I did, which was pretty good. And then it was just about holding Michael off. And I knew that as long as I didn't miss the corner too bad, he wouldn't get to me. I know off the final lap, I got a little loose and I almost gave it away to him. But if I just kept running the bottom, I knew he wasn't really gonna have a good chance of getting to me. So, but it was still a little nerve-wracking though, seeing him coming each lap getting closer in my mirror. So.
Yeah, it's a
After
scary
the
feeling.
after the green flag pit stops, it seemed like you had a really good shot at the win and to get it done under green. Once the caution came out, were you worried? How did you feel about the caution?
I was pretty mad when the caution came out, especially for the reasoning for it. But, me and Will, were battling pretty good, and I felt like because he was on 2 tires, so with him behind me, I felt better about my chances before the caution flew. And when the caution flew, I was a little more nervous because I knew that he'd probably going to get past, and 4 fresh tires would probably be coming behind me. So I was definitely more nervous about my chances of winning after the caution.
Well, congrats on your victory. It's been a while since the last one, so enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Anyone you want to thank for this win?
I'd like to thank my teammates for helping me out with that green flag pit stop strategy, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yeah, thank you, man. Congrats on your win. Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
we won. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll bring in our second place finisher, Michael Rosero.
Alex,
Hello, Michael. You got a copy?
I got you.
So you bring it home in second place after doing really good in basically the whole race. You had 29 laps. I believe you were second.
Did we
Most
leave the most
laps
laps?
No, it was years, I believe. With
Okay,
7.
yeah.
But I mean, you were still quick overall in the race. I mean, you qualified on pole. You were there at the end. What was your thoughts on that last restart and attempt to pass in the grass?
Yeah, I honestly think I was going to get Lafaro when I was going to pass the grass there. I mean, I had a massive run. I mean, screw it. We're going all in. I mean, I was trying to go for the win there because I think we definitely deserved it. Uh, and, yeah, too bad it didn't work. But, I mean, I'm happy that we came back from where we started. I mean, we restarted 10th. We were already up into like 3rd. I mean, that was amazing racing until that dumb caution by the 16 car. But other than that, it was a really fun race until everything else has happened. But yeah, I'm glad we can get some more points, and I think we're the points leader too.
Yes, starting off the season with 3rd and 2nd. That's a very, very good start. Some good momentum carrying it to Iowa.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
not a
think
win, but we have the consistency.
What do you think your chances are like at Iowa?
Oh, okay. So
Oh, God.
I really hate that track to say the least.
Let's go.
Like I cannot. Wow. Wait, what did you say?
I said let's go. I also hate that track.
Good. All right. All right. So yeah, I cannot save tires at the track for anything. So probably Hayden or Luke is probably gonna win, but I literally cannot save tires at all. I never figured it out. I can't even get a good hot lap in because I can't find the freaking groove at that track. But yeah, I'm not liking my chances, but I'm sure we can get it like a top 5.
I think you'll be still clear the points leader though. So even if you
Yeah.
don't get a great
Yeah,
result, I think
definitely.
just the top 5. I think you'll still be clear the point leader. So
Yeah, I think we are the points leader right now, actually.
yeah. So great job today, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice recovery on those last couple
Yeah,
restarts.
amazing recovery,
Who would you like to thank for this second place finish?
I like to thank my teammates for racing all of us cleanly. I mean, like Shadow Racing, great result for the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, in fact. Or no, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is amazing. And congrats to LaFaro on his first win. I'd like to thank everyone on Shadow Racing for racing clean and all that. Like we didn't choke it like at Daytona last week, so that's really good. But yeah, overall, really good. Yeah, really good race for the team.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations on your second place finish at Kansas. We're gonna bring in Will Cloud, our third place finisher, as he shares the screen. But we're gonna. Hello, Will. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Try that 2-tire strategy, and I think if we didn't have that caution there at the end, the second caution, we've had a chance to maybe have to win. You had a good run on Luca Farah at the end, and what was your thoughts there? On that last restart, and also your decision to make go for tires there.
I mean, the decision to make 2 tires was easy. I was literally running in last place, so if I took 4 tires, I still would have been last. So I just didn't want to stay back there. And before that caution came out, the second one after I was second to LaFaro, it was kind of annoying because I had a decent run on him off of 4, and I planned on trying to take it somewhere. And that caution kind of reset everything, and I just did not time that restart well. But I mean, third is a lot better than 10th, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, you qualified second, so you definitely had some pace here. Any other thoughts on tonight's race?
I mean, overall, I'd only have like 2, I think, cautions for incident. That's really good. It was some great racing all around. Just really a good race.
And next week we go to Iowa. Any thoughts on that racetrack and can carry this momentum to Iowa?
Well, I absolutely hate Iowa. It is probably my least favorite track for the trucks. So I don't know if I'm gonna be carrying much momentum in, but we'll see.
And
That's pretty much what Michael said as well.
Heater,
Seems
what's
like nobody
your-
likes this track, so if nobody likes this track, then,
Thank you.
then everyone's
Heater, what's your thoughts on that?
Thank you. Yeah, that track is pretty much the worst track in iRacing, the worst track in America, the worst track in the world.
Can we get it replaced?
I mean, you have a petition or something, but
Yes. I'm the first signature. In fact, I made that 2 minutes ago.
yeah, yeah, but you did. Okay, so anyone you'd like to thank for tonight's third place finish?
I'll just give a shout out to you guys for having a broadcast and just keeping LRL running, and just anyone out there in the field for actually racing clean and putting up a fun show.
Yep, and we definitely had fun in the booth here tonight, and congrats on your third place
Exactly.
finish.
Thank you.
Congrats, you deserve it, man.
Thank you.
Okay, so as that's gonna wrap up tonight, we'll take a quick look at our race summary. Gufaro, you winner. We did 85 laps, 5 more than scheduled, 3 cautions, 2 for incidents, 7 lead changes, which I thought were a little bit more, but it was overall some good racing. We saw green flag pit stops, we saw strategy, we saw battling, tire wear, I mean, multiple lanes used. I thought tonight's race was really fun and really entertaining.
Yeah, one of the
Till the
best
end.
LRL races I feel we've had in a while, to be honest, in terms of
Definitely.
just overall racing, drama, not a lot of cautions, some pretty clean racing out there, but even when it got, you had some contact, everyone was able to save it most of the time, so I'd say overall that was an excellent race.
See, our top 10 right here: Luke Farrell, Michael Rosero, Will Cloud are top 3. We saw Luke Peters, Sean Urich, Hayden Lowell, Brandon Wynn, Eric Keplinger, Zachary Doran, and Joseph Magarana are top 10. The rest of the field did not finish the race. We had 14 people start. So, yep. Overall, I thought tonight's race was really, really fun. It's fun to watch, and a lot of battles, like I said, throughout. And Iowa will be exciting next week somewhat. I think it says, since everyone hates it. I mean, probably be a good show, I guess, maybe.
I think we should ask Luke Peters how he feels about Iowa.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see you next week at same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the Legend Racing League channel.
See y'all.